Faregame has got to be one of the most wildest Disney Cars characters out there. And I'm not just saying that because he is a really cool looking taxi cab demolition derby racer, but also he is the only character that has ever been censored in any Cars movie or show or anything like that. But yeah, he actually did try to say the F word in Cars 3, but luckily Dr. Damage's horn kind of bleeped him out and worked as his little censor there, so we didn't actually get to hear it, to keep the movie rated G. But I've always found that kind of funny about Faregame, and I guess it's no surprise as to why he has been one of the rarest Demolition Derby racer diecast that Mattel has ever made, next to probably High Impact, I would say. Anyways, though, welcome on back to the Cars Garage, everyone. Hope you're all doing good today. I think it's finally time to bust open our Faregame diecast, which I got from good old Mr. Dockett. So thank you to him for picking them up for me. Because, I mean, well, Case D 2023 singles has been out quite a while. And that's where this guy came out of. And I was never able to find it. So I'm very happy that this was one of the cars I put on the list for him to find. And he was able to find him pretty easily. Too bad he's on bad card. But you know what? I really don't even care. Because if he was on immaculate card, I wouldn't be opening him right now today, so I think that's a good thing, because if not, who knows when I'll find him, although he is coming back for 2024, so definitely note that. Anyways, though, very cool expression on his artwork there. I really do like it. Very cool artwork. He looks very angry. This was actually the last demo derby racer that Mattel ever made. Not the last demo derby car, though, because of course we just got Breaker Boggs in 2023. The Thunder Hollow Pity, he was brand new. And hopefully we'll still get the Thunder Hollow announcer. We kind of are with this new Salt Flats like starter truck, guy that pushes the Salt Flats racers to the starting line and the cars on the road. We're getting him in 2024, and he kind of looks like him, but he's definitely not the exact same. I forget what his name is now. Barney Cones, that's what it is. But yeah, Faregame looks awesome. Crash only, number 42 he is. You see the 42 on his windows there and on his trunk. Very cool. Yeah, I always thought that was funny how they were able to put that into Cars 3. I know he's not actually saying the F word, but definitely, I mean, you can tell what he's trying to say. I think he says to Dr. Damage, "Hey, buddy, get the out of my way." I mean, you can tell exactly what he's trying to say. Even a little kid would be able to tell, so I'm surprised they were able to put that in, especially how G rated Disney likes to be these days, you know what I mean? Anyways, on the back, as seen in Cars 3, very cool. And then we got lots of other really nice Cars 3 releases, including Faregame himself for some reason. Usually they don't put a car there anymore, but they decided to put Faregame for whatever reason, even though it doesn't make any sense, because if you're looking at the back, you're like, which car do I want to get next? Who's that guy? Wait, I'm holding him. So I don't know. It doesn't really make sense when they do that. But whatever. Heyday Leroy Hamming, just regular Leroy Hamming, but whatever. Heyday Fabulous Hudson Hornet, I guess. No, they call him, what do they call him? Dirt Track Fabulous Hudson Hornet. So inconsistent. I like Dirt Track, Heyday. It doesn't even make sense anymore. Muddy Rusty's Racing Center Lightning McQueen. They don't even call him that anymore, just Muddy McQueen. Then Pushover, Rich Mixon, new variant. Still looking to get him. Still looking to get him. Oh, yeah, Pushover was canceled, by the way, too. Can't forget that. And then Jet Robinson, who was released a couple ways in 2023, so nothing too exciting there. But yeah, anyways, Faregame. Didn't really think I'd open him if I got him, but I got him, and I'm opening him. So yeah, without any further ado, let's bust him open, guys. Look at this, guys. Faregame even has raised suspension. That's so cool. This guy really is a very nice diecast, I gotta say. Looks like Thailand did a great job with him. Thailand has only ever done him. China never even tried, because when he was released first in 2020, obviously China was long gone. Thailand started making cars in 2018. So obviously there is no variance, or at least no significant variance out there of Faregame. But one thing that's really cool about him is he was canceled before in 2017. He was supposed to be in a 3-pack. You know when they used to do those like 2 singles and 1 deluxe 3-packs? Like they did them for both movies actually, Cars 2 and 3. But when they did it for Cars 3, they did quite a few demo derby ones, and Faregame was supposed to be in one. Obviously, he would have been made from China, and I think that Dr. Damage and Chester Whipplefilter, that cool muddy version of McQueen, which they don't seem to release anymore, they were supposed to be in it as well. So that would have been really cool because I'm sure it would have been insanely rare. Obviously, even his 2020 single is pretty darn rare, even now, even that he has gotten re released now from Thailand again in 2023, and he's going to be in 2024 again. So, this guy definitely can keep his value, that's for sure. So that's cool. Anyways, I want to show you guys where Faregame appears at in Cars 3. We already talked about it. We see him talking to RV. I think it was RV. I said Dr. Damage earlier, but no, it was RV that he swore at. And then we just see him, doing typical stuff around the demo derby, crazy track, crashing and banging into other cars. And the way he ends is actually somehow he gets flipped over, I think, from Taco, and he ends up in the back of Dr. Damage. That would make for such a cool diecast. I think somebody actually tried to make a custom of that before. But Faregame doesn't only appear in Cars 3, he also appears in the short that they released with Cars 3, Misfitters Racing School, and he actually has quite a few speaking lines in that little short as well, so pretty cool. We do get to see Faregame talk quite a lot throughout Cars 3 and then Misfitters Racing School short. Said online he's voiced by some guy named Jason Pace, which is funny because that's such a carified name, it sounds like. Pace, his last name, just sounds like such an easy carification. They could have changed it to Pace Car, Jason Pace Car. I'm really surprised they never did that with Pat Traxton or something. Obviously, they couldn't do it with Faregame because he already has his really cool name, which is, if you don't know, is supposed to be kind of like a pun because he's playing a fair game. Not really. I think the opposite he's playing because he plays to win, but also fair. The way they spelled it, it's not like fair, like you're being fair in a game. They spelled it Fare, which is like a taxi fare, which is like how you pay your taxi cab driver, I guess. Anyways, though, he does kind of share a similar look to maybe like an older Crown Victoria, which is cool, which makes sense because there's a lot of old Ford Crown Victoria taxi cabs. I see them, or I used to see them quite a bit, but they're kind of disappearing at this point because they're like from the 80s, I think. But yeah, he kind of resembles that. I don't know if he actually was a taxi cab driver, or I guess guider. That's how they work in the cars world. They guide other cars. They don't actually make cars get inside of them because that would be weird and wouldn't really make much sense. But yeah, I wonder if he was an actual taxi cab driver back in the day. I'd say probably. I don't see why he wouldn't have been. Actually, yeah, he probably was because he's got this thing on top. So I wouldn't doubt if he's just a retired taxi cab driver. That makes a lot of sense. Really cool expression, though. He doesn't have a plastic eye plate, which actually looks good on him because he's got a cool matte finish. I don't think they'd be able to nail it if they did a plastic eye plate, so probably a good thing because they kind of screwed up on some other ones that they tried to put one on, like Tailgate. It looks fine on APB, but Tailgate's pretty bad, to be honest. But yeah, cool green eyes. See his eyelid shadow there, so that's cool. And then you can actually see his teeth there. Big gaps between them. They even painted the red in there for his tongue. His grill's all boarded up with black wood. See his old-fashioned rectangular shaped headlights there and his black bumper. Cool little like engraving on the hood there. Very nice. Or just like embossment, I guess. Just a little bit of design. He's an older car, of course, so he is kind of on the basic side, but you can't even really tell much of like what he would have looked like back in the day because he's just so damaged. Like every little part of him is just destroyed. He's got a big dent here on the side, says crash only. Very cool. Oh, that's funny. It's like cash only. Oh, that's funny. Which, how does cash even work in the cars world? How do they pick it up? I don't get it. Never understood how they do payment methods in the world of cars. Maybe they just do things for free. That would be nice. 42 on the windows there. One number for each window. Then he's got the checkered flag line design here, which taxi cabs always seem to have. Obviously, he's yellow, which taxi cabs usually are. Got the two spokes there, which is cool. Kind of like the spokes that Pile Up has here. I know that I'm messing up on these names. This is not Pile Up. I keep blanking out. I can't remember their names for the life of me. Like, I can tell you every single name of every demo derby car in Cars 3, but I can't tell you which one is which for the most part. I don't know why. But yeah, I think there's another one that has more spokes. Yeah, it's this guy back here ruining my setup now, Superfly. Got the really big spokes coming out of his engine. The Faregame here just has some little ones. Let's try to make our cool setup again. There we go. All right. But now he's got the checkered flag design on the top, as well as you can see on the roof, and then the little thing there, which would probably would have said taxi back in the day. I'm kind of surprised it doesn't have any writing on it, to be honest. But his back window's all painted and covered up too, and well, it's got like more pieces of wood on it. He's hurting. He's really damaged. 42 on the back, almost looks like blood, to be honest. Yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of blood there, which blood really shouldn't exist in the world of cars, so that's kind of weird. Probably just some extra red paint. Looks like rust is starting to come through over the yellow, because I imagine this is his base color, like the color he was back in the day. Kind of funny to think about, because I feel like every other demo derby car that we see in Cars 3 really is just like custom painted, like they're not their original color, whereas Faregame probably is. So that's kind of cool. Something to think about. And then he's got that same text back there, crash only. Cash only, very cool. Black line there. I guess it's like part of his bumper. Very nicely done though. All the dirt and grime. 42 crash only on this side as well. His tires are very nice too. They're painted white with black X's in the middle. X's. X is a hard word to say. But yeah, you can even see he does have some really cool suspension, which is nice. Kind of like Jeremy from Cars on the Road. Very, very nice. I love when a car has suspension like that, when they're actually like raised up. That's cool. On every tire too, but really in the back a lot. You can actually see the yellow thing that connects in. It's made of metal too, so that's cool. And there's the base. Date stamp is R47A, 47th week of 2023. I think. Yeah, I guess that would. Oh wait, no, it must be 2022. Oh, that's kind of weird. That's a lot before he was out. Case D, well, I guess Case D was found early in the year. I'm just starting to find it now at Dollaramas and stuff, or I did about a month ago. But yeah, I got this guy from Mr. D, so I was all good. I didn't have to find him in the store. I do hope I can find a second one, or maybe I'll be able to find his 2023 or 4 variant, I mean. Anyways, though, here he is next to Taco, just because they're both yellow. Kind of the same color scheme, a little bit. Not really. He's a truck after all. But yeah, Fairgame really doesn't compare to too many other cars. He's kind of in a class of his own, but similar model to a lot of other cars, like, not Bill. It's not really a station wagon. Who's a car that he kind of looks like? I don't know. Oh, yeah, Jonathan Wentworth a little bit, same type of shape. But I didn't really bring any of those guys out. Just brought out a lot of cool other demo derby cars because they all have similar models. Kind of. They're just so modified that you can't even tell what they originally looked like. So that's why I love these guys. They're very cool. It really does look like somebody just painted this, which is cool. It looks like a real custom, but a really well done one, which is cool. But yeah, I guess that's going to be it for today. We'll clean these guys up in the back. He's a little similar to Tailgate. Not really. She's shorter. Yeah. I'm trying to find one that he's really similar to, but I don't think there's really that many. A little bit like Liability, maybe? Somewhat similar. Again, not the exact same. And Harvey's on the side. We'll put you back up, Harvey. He's kind of similar to Siglard, I guess. Not that similar, though. Siglard really needs a re-release. She is hurting for sure for re-releases. I don't think she's ever been released from Thailand. And then here's High Impact. I guess this is who he's kind of most similar to. I think they actually might have the same casting, like the same model, at least. Yeah, pretty much. Not that different at all. Same headlights, tail light design, I think. Well, he doesn't really have a bumper. It's like bumped in. But kind of similar. Definitely on the similar side. Huh. And then we have this little Fairgame mini racer here, as you guys can see. But I almost forgot about him, actually. Funny, because I got this mini racer a really long time ago, but I kind of forgot I had him. Actually, I think I have two. Yeah, I do. I don't know why. I thought he was a hard one to find back in the day, but I ended up finding two when I used to go in the States in 2018, 19. It was pretty cool. I was so happy when I first found them. And yeah, they definitely had the same design, all the same decals and everything, so that's cool. Uh, Slightly different expression. Yeah, definitely a different expression. This one's got a plastic eye plate, so it's already a little different just from that. But cool. I actually like the 155 scale's expression better. How he's smiling like that, but you can see his teeth there. That's cool. All right. Well, yeah, I almost forgot to bring in the mini racer. I was looking off to Maya at the side. If you noticed, I stopped talking for a second. I got sidetracked. I was like, how the heck did she get a sausage? She just started eating a sausage. Maya's my dog, if you don't know. But apparently, my sister was in the room and she gave her the sausage. So it all makes sense now. That's why, if you notice a little cut, that's why. I was very confused for a second there. Anyway, so yeah, fair game. Very, very cool diecast. Thank you to Mr. Doggett for picking them up for me. Because if not, well, I would have had to pay some pretty hefty prices for them on eBay, and I'm glad I don't have to do that now. I might still just to buy one extra to keep in the package. I'm not sure because I do see him possibly becoming rare as the years go on and everything, but who knows? I think now that he's been released a couple times, maybe he won't. He is coming back for 2024 too, so probably not. But he was rare at one point in time, so that's all that matters. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And with that, I'll see you guys next time, right here on the Cars Garage.